In this video, I'm going to show you how to destroy every single defense in Madden and College Football 25. Now, we're not talking about little drags and 5 to 10 yard plays. We're talking about quick one-play touchdown bombs and huge 30-plus yard pickups. And when I say every defense, I mean every single defense. I'll be showing you how to beat everything from cover 3 all the way to cover 4 quarters match. The best part is, many of these bombs are very conceptual and work in both games, so you'll likely be able to apply them to all of your already favorite formations. I also highly recommend you stay tuned because at the end of the video, I will be using these bombs in real in-game scenarios. First, let me go over the most common defense you'll see online, which is a cover 3 defense. Now, a cover 3 defense is characterized by 3 deep zones that are responsible for covering each third of the field. In general, cover 3 is exposed when you can cause a deep outside third to come down and leave a route above it wide open for a touchdown. Knowing this, let me show you the first class of bombs, which we will call post comeback bombs, and I will break it down in the play deep corner. To set up this type of cover 3 bomb, it's extremely easy, but it's important that you understand why it works, not only that it works. So first, you need to have your deep post on the wide side of the field, going towards the short side of the field. So as you can see, Xavier Worthy is on the deep post, going towards the short side of the field and aligned on the wide side of the field. And basically, all you have to do to set it up is find your solo receiver and put him on a comeback by pressing triangle or Y, X or square, and then of course L2, aka left trigger. And that'll put your solo receiver on a comeback. Then you're going to put your middle receiver R1 on a streak by pressing triangle or Y, all right bumper, and up on the left stick. And what you're going to see is whenever you play a cover 3 defense, the outside third on the left is going to drop to the comeback, and we're going to be able to throw this post route right over him for an easy dot and one play score every single time. Now, this next concept is very similar, but we call it post corner. To set this play up, you're making about 4 adjustments, maybe 5 if you consider the custom stem. But you must have your tight end on the short side of the field. And to set it up, you're gonna put your tight end on a corner, your circle receiver or your tight end side receiver on a drag, the middle receiver on the wide side on a streak, and then you're going to put a post route on square. And then you're gonna custom stem this post route up 2 to 3 notches. We're pressing triangle or Y, square or X, and then hold the left bumper and flick it 1, 2, 3 times. And if you want, you could do 4 times for good measure. And then all you have to do is try to get a little bit of time in the pocket, and you're gonna see that you're gonna be able to throw this deep post wide open for a one-play score every time versus cover 3. This next bomb we'll call the tight end seam bomb. To set up this cover 3 bomb, it does take a few adjustments, but it's absolutely worth it. First, we're gonna post the triangle receiver by double tapping triangle or Y and then up on the left stick, then custom stem him down by once again selecting him and then holding the left bumper all the way down for about half a second. And what you're gonna see is he's gonna go on this very unique route. Then you're going to streak your tight end, drag circle, and streak the other receiver. So it looks exactly like this. Now, what will happen here is that this weird post route will bring down the outside third on the right, which will leave our tight end open for a one-play score. And as you can see, the tight end is wide open for an easy one-play score versus cover 3 every single time. Now, let me quickly show you why it works. The reason it works is once again because this receiver crosses the field so quickly that the outside third thinks he's responsible for him and then leaves the tight end seam wide open for an easy one-play score that you can use to dominate cover 3 whenever you're in a tight set with the tight end on the line. Now, you can actually do this out of trips tight end as well, as long as you have a special route like the one that's on Rashee Rice, which is a streak that goes to the middle of the field a little bit more than a regular streak. And then to set this up, it's really easy. You're just gonna put that same post that we put on our receiver when we were in tight, and we're going to put him on the field by pressing triangle or Y, circle or B up on the right stick, and then you're gonna custom stem him all the way down by pressing triangle or Y, the circle icon or the B icon again, hold the left bumper, and then hold down on the left stick for about a half second, and you're gonna see he's gonna go on this route. Then all you need to do is streak your tight end. It's a much simpler setup than the one from tight. And what you're going to see is that the circle receiver is going to bring down that outside third, leaving the tight end once again wide open for a one-play score against cover 3 every single time. Now, this next bomb can only be done in CFB, and the play is called PA wide receiver cross in the tight doubles formation. To set this play up, it only takes 3 adjustments. You just got to make sure your tight end is on the short side of the field. And to set it up, all I'm going to do is put a streak on my tight end by pressing triangle or Y, X or A, then up on the left stick. I'm going to put a corner route on my square receiver by pressing triangle or Y, square or X if you're on Xbox, and then left on the right stick. And if you really want this to be wide open, you want to custom stem him down 2 notches by selecting that receiver again, holding the left bumper and flicking it down twice. So he goes on a little bit of a shorter corner route. So the final route concept looks something like this. And what you're going to see is that when you play the cover 3 defense, the outside third will drop and you're going to be able to throw this wheel route wide open for a one-play score every single time. Now, before I show you how to expose every other defense, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video, PrizePicks, the easiest, simplest, and most exciting real money fantasy game in the world. To play, all you have to do is pick the sport, the stat category, then select your players and decide whether they will do more or less than their PrizePicks projection. Then add at least 2 to 6 players to your lineup, and the more players you add, the more money you can make. And for the rest of September, there's a free Caleb Williams square where he only has to get 0.5 pass yards, and you can add him to any lineup. This week, I'm adding the Caleb Williams free square along with Patrick Mahomes and Matthew Stafford to go off in the air. And there's no better time to sign up because with code SWOLO, you will get $50 instantly when you place your first $5 plus lineup, win or lose. Now, the next defense we're going to annihilate is cover 2. This defense is called a cover 2 because we have 2 deep zones responsible for each half of the field. But this defense has gigantic holes to the deep middle and deep outside portions of the field. The first play to expose this defense is called verticals in the trips tight end formation and takes advantage of the wide open deep middle. Now, this play requires 0 setup. You can call the play completely stock, and you're going to see if you catch your opponent in a cover 2 defense, you're going to be able to pass lead this streak, catch it, and score a one-play touchdown every single time. Because what happens is both deep halves are responsible for different routes. The crossing route will actually be the responsibility of this deep half, and this deep half has to sit in between this streak and this streak. And of course, we're going to be able to pass lead this one right in the middle in between the 2 safeties for a one-play touchdown against cover 2 every single time. Now, this next concept uses a special route that can be found in Y cross in the tight open formation, 95 in ace double tight, and shot fake cross in the tight doubles formation, among many others. And this route does a perfect job at getting outside of a deep half, and for now, we'll call it the super fade concept. To use this concept, it is extremely easy. All that you actually have to do is select a play with the super fade. So I'm in shot fade cross in the tight doubles formation that can be found in the Steelers playbook, but find a play with this. And then of course, just grab the receiver behind him and put him on a streak by pressing triangle twice in this case, or Y if you're on Xbox, and up on the left stick. And this is all you have to do. And what will actually happen is that the outside fade will be wide open to the sideline. And as long as you get a good enough click on, that'll be a one-play score versus cover 2 every single time. And the reason it works very quickly is because you'll see that this deep half is occupied by the streak. So he doesn't see this outside fade that you're going to throw for your easy one-play score versus cover 2. Now, the next defense on the hit list is cover 4 drop. This defense is called a cover 4 because we have 4 deep zones, each responsible for each quarter of the field. Despite all of these deep zones, we can still bomb this defense very easily. The first bomb we're going to show we'll call the post and wide side comeback. To set this play up, what you're going to do is first come back your square receiver, your outside receiver, pressing triangle or Y, square or X, then L2, left trigger. Then you're going to drag your triangle receiver, then streak your circle receiver, and then post your tight end by pressing triangle or Y, X or A, and then up on the right stick. So it looks something like this. This is the final route combo. And what you're going to notice is when you snap the ball, as long as you have enough time, you're going to be able to throw this post route to the tight end for a one-play score the majority of the time versus cover 4 drop. The reason this works is very, very, very simple. You're going to see the comeback is going to bring down this outside guy, which allows us to throw the post over him. And then the streak is going to distract the inside quarter, allowing us to throw the post beneath and outside of him. And that's how we create a fantastic one-play touchdown versus cover 4 drop. Now, the other way you can bomb cover 4 drop is by using a post and short corner to the short side of the field. To set this up out of any type formation in the game, whether it be CFB or Madden, all you have to do is put a streak on your triangle receiver by double tapping triangle or Y and then pressing up on the left stick, putting a corner route on your square receiver by pressing triangle or Y, square X, and then left on the right stick or in the direction of the short side of the field. So whichever side he's on, that's the direction. And then what you're gonna do is custom stem him down. So select him one more time, that same receiver, and then hold left bumper and then press down on the left stick for about a half second, and then he'll go on this short corner route. Then you can put your drag or you could put anything on your tight end. And then the important part is that you're gonna put this post route on the field. So put a post on circle by pressing triangle or Y, circle or B, and then up on the right stick. Then he's gonna go on this nice post. But you need the post to go a little bit deeper. So you're gonna select him one more time and custom stem him up one notch by flicking the left stick up. And then the final route combo should look exactly like this. And this will be a guaranteed 50-yard gain and oftentimes a touchdown. So when I snap the ball, you're gonna see that everything works exactly how I say it will, and you're gonna see that this deep post is wide open for a gigantic gain. So let me briefly show you why this works and why it's so effective. You're gonna see that this streak route will pull the inside quarter. So number 27 will not look at this post route. And this corner route is actually going to hold down the outside quarter. So you see number 21, he's actually being held down by this corner, and then that leaves this post completely unattended for an easy bomb that you could use out of any tight formation against any opponent running cover 4 drop. Now let me show you how you can beat the most common match coverage in the game, cover 4 quarters. Now trips alignments are the best for bombing match coverage, so both of these concepts will be shown from the trips tight end formation, but will work out of any trips. The first concept we'll just call the streak match bomb. To set this one play touchdown bomb up, all you have to do is streak your circle receiver by pressing triangle or Y, circle or B up on the left stick, then corner route your triangle receiver by pressing triangle or Y twice, left on the right stick, and then you're going to put an out route on your outside trips receiver by pressing triangle or Y, square or X on Xbox, then left on the left stick. And then finally, you need to in-route your tight end by pressing triangle or Y, X or A, then left on the left stick. So the final route combo looks something like this. And what you're actually going to see is that the circle receiver is going to be wide open for a one-play score every single time against cover 4 quarters. Now, the reason this works is actually pretty basic. What you're going to see is that, of course, the streak is going to be open because this inside quarter is responsible for him and instead looks at the drag, leaving the streak wide open, and of course he cannot recover to him. So that's how you bomb cover 4 quarters with the streak match bomb. The next concept we'll call the corner match bomb. This route combo is incredibly easy to set up. All you're actually going to do, dependent of course on the play you're calling, is put a corner route on your circle receiver by pressing triangle or Y, circle or B, and then left on the right stick, and then put an out route on your square receiver by pressing triangle or Y, square or X on Xbox, and then left on the left stick. So what's really important is what's going on the trip side of the field. We have an out route, a streak, and a corner route. And what you're actually going to see, regardless of what I put my running back or my tight end on, is that this corner route is going to be wide open every single time. You're gonna see wide open, and you're gonna be able to throw that, get a good rack animation, and score on cover 4 quarters every single time. I know you guys are sick of online players running stock man coverage against you, so let me show you some easy ways to beat it for big gains. The first and easiest way to beat man is to rocket catch. To do this, all you're going to do is put a streak on the field that is close to you. So for example, I'd put a streak on my square receiver, so he's very close to me, he's on the short side of the field, and my tight end. Everyone else on the field doesn't necessarily matter. And then what I'm going to do is once I see the defensive back turn around, I'm going to pass lead straight down, and it's going to be an easy dot. So what you're going to see is I'm going to snap the ball, wait for the DB to turn around, pass lead straight down, click on, and aggressive catch. So what actually happens here, I'll go on instant replay and show you exactly what I mean. We're waiting. We see him turn around, then we're going to pass lead straight down, click on, and aggressive catch it like a curl. Very, very simple, and you're going to see it's very consistent. So as long as they don't have two people in the area, you're going to see that you're going to be able to wait, and then click on an aggressive catch. And you're going to be able to get that every single time against man coverage. You just need to wait for them to turn around completely. The next best way to beat man is to use deep posts with receivers that have high route running. To set this up, call any play with a post, then you're going to see that post will fry man coverage, but you need to make sure no zones can get in the way. So to do this, first you're going to streak your tight end by pressing triangle or Y, X or A, and then up on the left stick. And then you're going to block your running back by pressing triangle or Y. Then you're going to press the right bumper, then the right trigger. That'll just give you some more time. And then when you go against a cover 1 or a cover 0 defense, you can expect your receiver to beat his man. And then you're just going to throw this post like nobody's business, and you're going to get yourself an easy one-play touchdown against all of those styles of man coverage. The most annoying defense to play by far is cover 2 man, but you can beat it simply by using stemmed corner routes. So to beat cover 2 man, you just want to have two receivers on the wide side of the field, streak one of them, and then put a corner route on the other, and then hold the left bumper after selecting that corner route and press down on the left stick all the way. So it looks like this. And what you're going to see is whenever you do this, your guy will win pretty well on the corner. If not, he'll get this nice high ball, right? Because they're shaded down, they're always going to be sitting beneath the receiver. So whenever you play cover 2 man, you know they're going to be shading down. So whenever your player wins on the press or even loses, you can actually highball and they actually have no chance of getting it. So just use a highball corner route and you'll beat cover 2 man, aka shade down man, every single time. If you watched through this far, you're serious about getting better at college football or Madden 25. So you should definitely check out the insane amount of exclusive content on victoryformation.gg. We have over 80 game-changing videos and 2 elite offensive game plans that best use all the concepts shown in this video. And I just dropped my brand new Dime 3-2 game plan that will change how defense is played forever. And until the end of September, if you use code SWOLO at checkout, you can take an additional 20% off your first month. Now let's get into some real game scenarios, but be aware I only ever get 1 to 2 drives because lots of these guys rage quit. In my first game, my opponent ran a ton of shade down man coverage, so we kept hitting him with high ball stem down corner routes. Our next opponent was running match, aka cover 4 quarters, so we used the streak match bomb by creating a trips alignment and threw a 1-play touchdown. In the game after that, we went against man coverage, so we put 2 streaks on the field to rocket catch and get a free touchdown. In this clip, we thought our opponent was in a cover 3, but he was actually in a different defense. But since the tight end seam bomb for cover 3 has 2 check down options, we were able to throw the post for a solid gain. But when we actually caught him in cover 3, we hit him with the post corner bomb for a gigantic gain. Our opponent was so paranoid at this point, he ran a cover 4, but we even bombed this defense with our cover 4 drop, post and wide side comeback bomb. At this point, our opponent had no idea what to run, so he tried a cover 2 defense, but we bombed that with the super fade concept from shot fade cross. And our last opponent loved running cover 3, so we hit him with the TE seam bomb. Now, beating coverages is only half the equation, and you can't do anything unless you know what coverages they're in. So check out this video for how to learn exactly that.